Hey guys, Sjcam Sj6 here. Hope everyone's doing well. Today I want to go over a video on the Sjcam Sj6 Legend. Now I was contemplating on getting the GoPro Hero 7, but with the price versus the price of this, and you know, the comparisons weren't that significant. Like, of course the Hero 7 is well known for the stabilization that's featured in it, amongst a couple of other things. But you know, if you're on a budget, I think this is going to do just fine. I have some Sjcam cams. I got two of them. I'll probably do a video on those, kind of just a review on those. The reason why I got this one is because I do like the fact that it does shoot in 4K. However, in saying that, the 4K resolution is going to be what they call interpolated, so you're not going to get the actual true 4K. I don't know if you can see that there, but I got it because I'm going to do some motorcycle videos, and I needed something with a little bit more stability, a little bit stabilization anyway, and something that I felt was close to the actual GoPro Hero products, and this comes pretty damn close. And like I said, for the price, you can't beat it, you know. Now if you want to go all out and it's within your budget, well then by all means go ahead and get the Hero, but this is going to do me just fine, and I just wanted to share the product with you guys. So let's go ahead and continue on with this. So as I said, let me read you off some of the specs. I won't go through everything because this video would end up being extremely long. I'll just do the highlights, the unpacking, and you know, if you need more information, there's hundreds of videos out there on YouTube, so I don't really need to go too in depth with this. But the image sensor is a 16 megapixel Panasonic MN34120 sensor. The resolution for the image is 16 megapixel, 4 megapixel, 14 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 10 megapixel, 8, 5, 3, 2 MHD, 1.3 MP, and VGA. On the video quality, you get a 4K at 2880 by 2160. Excuse me. You get 24 FPS interpolated, though. Keep that in mind. So it's not actual true 4K, but it's pretty damn close. You get 2K at 2560 by 1440 at 30 FPS, and then you get 1080p at 1920 by 1080, and that's either at 60 or 30 FPS. The image quality, or the image format, is either going to be JPEG, MOV, or MP4. And the rest pretty much, I guess another important thing to mention is the storage. It supports up to 128 gigabytes micro SD cards. And it's compatible with Windows XP, Service Pack 2 or later, and Mac OS X 10.4.11 or later. The rest is just pretty much simplified through the app. Through the camera features itself. So we'll go ahead and open this up. And there you have it with all the glare because of the plastic cover that it came with. And of course there's an app for it from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store that you can download. I'm sure the features will just include like Wi-Fi, a couple of other features you can probably use. Here's what you get in the package. You obviously get the camera, you get the waterproof housing, some mounts, some angled screw clips, bare housing without the waterproof, a bar clamp, a swivel, and an extended swivel. And here's some of the features on the package. They tell you basically you can use it for drone flights, you know, dashboard on your vehicle, cycling, boating, swimming, and I guess just for home security. I guess it probably has a sensor that actually activates and deactivates when there's no motion. But anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. I've actually had this for a while, guys, but I've been meaning to make a video on it, and I got some time off work, so that's why I'm able to do this. And I've been meaning to really get it going because I wanted to use it for my bike rides, and I've been waiting to have time off to actually get around to doing it. So I finally got the time, so I'm kind of excited. And yes, again, I know it's not going to be no GoPro Hero, but like I said, it's pretty damn close. So first of all, here's the little guy right here. Already comes inside his waterproof case. Pretty sound. I mean, it's not much to it. It's just a plastic case. I don't see where there's anything that GoPro has that this camera wouldn't have as far as protection with the waterproof case. I mean, other than here, you have to actually cover the camera, whereas the GoPro Hero usually already come pre-sealed waterproof. All right, let's go ahead and open this. Let's see here. Definitely got a strong lock there. Here's a little close-up of it. Take this little shield off because it puts a lot of glare with the lighting I have, and kind of just makes the video quality not so great, but there you go. And on the side, you have your HDMI connection port, your USB port, and your micro SD card port. Now, apparently this comes with a, I don't know if it's in the package, I think you have to get it separate, but there's a external mic, and that's another reason why I got this camera, because I like the fact that I can connect an external mic to it, whereas some of the other cameras, action cameras that is, you pretty much either don't get one because it doesn't simply, it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't cater to that, an external mic. So you basically just have to rely on the built-in one. And this one, I do like the fact that it does have it. Now the GoPro does have extensions or external adapters, but you know, those range from $50 on up. And hell, if you already spent, you know, $400, $500 on an action cam, why do you need to spend another $60 just to have a mic? They should include the mic. So anyway, let me take off the film from the back. And there's your, I believe it's touchscreen activated too. And there's your power button up on top. And then right below that, you have your menu key for adjustments. Okay, pretty good quality, nice little weight to it, not too heavy. Obviously you can tell it's not made for out of cheap quality. It seems pretty decent. So that's the camera. Along with that, inside the package, you get your typical, well, for one, you get a lens protector. You get two 3M adapters, and this one does a swivel, as you can see, pretty tight, pretty strong swivel, so obviously it'll last. It won't get loose on you over time and just start becoming weak. It's got a pretty strong, you really got to force it to turn. Of course, you have to press these two sides in doing so. These two sides right here. So that's good if you needed to angle the action camera. If it's, for instance, I'm going to use it on my helmet, so if I need to angle it up or down, that's not an issue. But then you also have, let's see what they got. Is it the same? Oh, they gave you two actually. So the difference between the two is you have one that has a curve, somewhat of a curve, and this one's pretty much just straight flat across. So that's the difference between the two, but they're both swivel adapters. You get your, obviously you get your micro, or I'm sorry, your micro USB power cord, and probably data transfer cord to connect to your PC to upload the videos or download the videos. You get this wristwatch, and on the wristwatch itself, the features it offers you is you can take a camera shot, you can start your video, you can take multiple shots, connect to Wi-Fi through the camera, and then your power on, power off. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not very thick. I'd say pretty damn close to what I'd say would be probably an iPhone. And if in case you wanted to take this out, looks like it pops out here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. So, sorry about moving the camera. So if you didn't want to take the wristwatch with you, and let's say you just wanted to mount this up somewhere that you can actually access it without the watch, you also have that advantage. Pretty decent quality. Feels pretty, not heavy, but you know that it's not made cheap. It doesn't feel too light, doesn't feel too heavy. And then again, like I said, you can always use the wristwatch or mount this somewhere. In my case, if I really wanted to, I can probably mount this on the side of my helmet and pretty much just memorize where these buttons are at. And as I'm writing, I can just activate it without having to take the helmet off, look at the camera, and okay, am I doing this right or wrong? Or you can mount it on your handlebars or gas tank or your tank and have access to it that way. I think that's pretty cool. And it locks in place pretty well. It's not loose. The wristband, pretty reliable plastic. I don't see how this would tear or rip over time, which pretty much plastic won't anyway over many years. But it's not hard, so it's not going to irritate your skin. Yeah, pretty good quality. Let's move on. You get your second housing, which this is not waterproof. This is basically just a skeleton. And your camera goes in here. You got your power button. You got your mounting for your camera. Yeah, that's it. Pretty much plain and simple. It has open sides so that you can activate the features on it, which were, again, your ports and your function buttons. And then I won't go over all these guys. It's your typical many type of angles and connections that you can actually adjust your camera to any way you want. It's just multiple different types of adapters, including the bar clip if you're a cyclist or even for motorcycles. And then they also gave you an additional waterproof cover shield. That's pretty much in case the one you have wears out over time, because really what keeps these waterproof is this seal that goes all around here. Let me show you. What keeps these waterproof is a seal that goes all the way around. And over time, sometimes that can wear out. Actually, I take it back. You know what? They do come with extra cover plates, and I am correct about the fact that because over time there's like a washer here that wears out and flattens to the point where it doesn't keep the water sealed. So they always include an additional cover plate, that way in case that one's the original is no longer performing properly, you can replace it. But in this particular case, I think it gives you both the fact that it's a waterproof, and also this one has touchscreen capabilities. I don't know if you can read that, but there you go. It's a touch back door. It's a waterproof as well, but it gives you the ability to touch the screen while it's sealed for waterproof purposes. I think that's pretty cool. You get some additional 3M sticky pads, and then of course you get your Legend Sjcam series product information, how to use it, the adapters, everything that comes included. You get your Sjcam barcode. I guess they want you to review it since I purchased mine from Amazon, which, by the way, I'll put the link in the description. You get a cleaning cloth, which always comes in handy. And then you get 2 stickers for advertisement. All right. So now that we uncovered all the goodies, let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and power the unit, and I'm going to let it get a charge. And then we can just go over some of the features on it pretty quick. Like I said, I don't know if I'll go over absolutely everything, because as I stated before, there's so many videos out there on this particular camera that if I leave anything out or if I don't go over something in particular, I guarantee you will find it on the on YouTube. So let me go ahead and get situated here, and we'll just go over the camera features at this point. All right. So let's go ahead and power it on. Again, your power button's on this side by the LED, and that's your menu button. Wow, that was pretty instant. So when you first power on, you're presented with, let me see if I can get this into focus. There you go. You're presented with a couple of features here. Obviously, there we go. You have your preference if you're going to do video, or if you're going to do video lapse, slow record, still, photo lapse, or burst mode. So those are your options you get upon boot up, because it wants to know, you know, what are you going to be shooting in today. Here's a real quick look at the video quality. Right now it's set to 1080p at 60 frames per second. So if you wanted to, you hit the settings button down here. You can change the resolution. Man, I sure wish this thing would, let me see if I can get it to lock. All right, should be all right now. So you have your, basically the modes you want to shoot in, which is your resolution. And here's your options again: 4K at 24 FPS, 2K at 30, 1080p, etc., etc. Goes all the way down to VGA at 240 frames per second. All right. Like I said, guys, I might not go over everything. Like I said, there's other videos for that. So those are your camera, your video features. And then your settings is your language, your date and time, if you want to format your SD drive, your FPV, whether you want it off or on. Oh, let me go back. Your TV mode, fast record, quick capture, front display. I'm sure that you can either have on or off, which basically means this will come off completely. I would rather have it on because that way it kind of helps you know what's happening with the camera if you're looking at it from the front. Auto power off, keypad tone, light set, which let me see what that is. I guess the brightness of the screen. We'll go ahead and set that to 1. Screensavers, let me see what that is. It's kind of hard because I'm doing this at an angle, guys. I can't get in front of my camera, so I'm having to do it from this side, an angle. So screensavers, it tells you how long you can set them for or completely shut them off. Let's see here. Oops, we got out. So yeah, we were on settings. We left off on quick capture, front display, auto power off, keypad tone, screensavers, frequency. Your frequency is either 50 or 60. Yeah, 50 or 60 hertz. Your rotation, logo or watermark, and then connection to your Wi-Fi. Power on mode. Okay, you can go to last mode. So if you shut the camera off and you set this, let's say you were in video mode, when you power back on, it'll instantly go into video mode, as opposed to the menu option that you saw when we first powered it on, where it wants to know, okay, what are we going to be shooting in today? Are we going to do video, time lapse, camera? So that's pretty cool. Let me go back. And it lets you set it here too, as you can see that. You can choose any one of these, and basically what will happen is when you power the camera on, it'll instantly go to this particular type of action that you're going to perform, whether it's still images, photo lapse, burst mode. You guys get the point. And then of course, if you tinkered with anything and you want to go back to default settings, you have the option of hitting default. And then it tells you your version, which I'll probably connect this to my PC later. I'm sure there's probably an update that needs to be done. So that takes care of that. Go back to settings. So like I said before, you got resolution, loop recording, field of view, which you can change from wide, middle, and narrow. Let me see if I can do that now. So right now we're set to wide. I don't know if y'all can see that. So it's got my little table here and my little display capturing just about everything. Let's go back. Field of view, let's choose middle. See how that looks. Yeah, you see how it kind of narrows. Now you can't see too much on either side of my table and my little display here. If we go to narrow, let me make sure it's set. Yeah, narrow. See, now it closed in. Now you're pretty much just getting the table itself and not the sides of the table for my little display here. So that's kind of the idea of field of view. Low light mode, on or off. So let's see what happens if we shut it off. Oh wow, brightened up a lot. I don't know if y'all can see that. See? And then if let's say we deactivate that, low light mode, turn that to on. Let's see what happens now. Same thing, I guess, but I noticed you'll probably only get the effects of that when you are trying to record at night or in dark areas. I'm curious to see how that's going to look or work out. WDR, you can either set that to off or on. Your gyro sensor, low, high, they have it off for now. I'm going to set mine to high. And then audio, you can have it off or on, which means I guess you're recording. When you're recording, you can either have that on or off. Again, guys, I'm sorry for the awkward position of the screen. I got the camera right in front of me, so to get a close-up, I have very little room, and I'm kind of trying to do this at a 90-degree angle. So, and then you got your video file format again, like I mentioned, MP4 or MOV. Your bit rate, high, medium, low. Double file, I'm not sure what that double file is. I'll have to read up on that in the instructions. Your sharpness, you got strong, normal, soft. Your white balance, basically asking you what kind of lighting are we shooting in? Are we shooting in, do you want me to automatically control the lighting? Are we doing daylight, cloudy, tungsten, fluorescent? Color, normal, black and white, retro, warm, cool. And then these are going to be your adjustments for your EV. Metering, average, center, spot. That's the lens, the way the lens is going to act on you, whether you want the average setting or you want it to focus just on the center of the screen, or spot, meaning anything that's moving in front of it, it'll kind of try to keep a focus on that. Believe me, guys, the touchscreen's responsive. It's just I'm trying to do this at an angle, like I said, so I'm not doing it head on. If I was going to do it head on, I'd have to move it away. Let me get focus on here. There you go. And see how now it looks pure white and you can't even see what I'm doing, so I have to bring it up to the camera. And in doing so, like I said, it's hard for me to fit my finger between. See, I'm already hitting the camera versus touching this camera. So the touchscreen is very active. It's precise amongst touch, but I'm having to do this in an awkward position. So anyway, so that's your metering, distortion correction. That's pretty cool. And that's it. Those are all your features. Other than that, guys, I'll probably go ahead and do some video footage on this. I'm gonna let it charge completely. I'll take a bike ride. I still gotta mount it on my helmet and all that good stuff, but I'm definitely gonna let it charge completely. And I know that was just a quick rundown on some of the features, or pretty much all the features, but I didn't go in depth. Like I said, there's so many other videos out there. So if you're interested, I think this is a good camera in place of for an action camera, and it's got really good reviews. I did my homework, you know, that's why I chose to go with this one. Ironically though, shortly after I bought this one, I didn't realize they came out with the Sjcam. Now that shoots in 4K as well, but I think it's true 4K. However, I did some of the YouTube videos, researches on it, and it turns out that this camera is probably still better than the new updated version of it, which is the Sjcam. So again, if you're interested, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's my new little action camera here. And like I said, guys, let me show you this real quick. I do have 2 other cameras from Sjcam. Hold on. I'll do a video on these later. Now this shoots only in 1080p, and this is the one I used to use. Comes in this nice little case, but you get all this set up. And again, the reason why I got this one was because of the fact that it comes with the ability to connect an external mic, and the camera's in here actually. But this is a very good camera as well, but again, it doesn't shoot anywhere near 4K. It's just 1080p, and that has its ups and downs. But as far as it's a touchscreen as well. This is the Sjcam S200, in case you're wondering. I'll probably do a video on this one, and then I can't find my other camera. Hold on. There's no telling where it's at, and I don't want to make this video any more boring than it probably already is for you guys. So yeah, that's going to conclude my video, guys. Just kind of wanted to give you a rundown on the again, I wanted to just give you a rundown on the Sj6 Legend made by Sjcam, and that's about it. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.